Monster Hunter Wilds has been an absolute thrill ride. It's intense, it's breathtaking, and it's packed with those holy shit moments that make every hunt feel like an epic battle for survival. I've been playing this game every single day since launch, and honestly, dude, I, I don't see myself stopping. But if you're watching this, chances are you're just as hooked as I am. So today, we're breaking it all down: the highs, the lows, the insane moments, and even the frustrating parts. And trust me, we need to talk about some things, especially the performance on PC. First off, this game nailed the hunting experience. The monsters feel more alive than ever, the AI is smarter, and the combat is just the chef's kiss. Mwah. The open world aspect adds a new level of immersion that I didn't even know I needed in Monster Hunter. You're not just picking a quest and loading into a map, you're living in this world. You're tracking monsters across dynamic landscapes, engaging in environmental battles, and improving your strategies in ways we haven't really seen before in the series. Let's talk about the multiplayer experience. In Wilds, it's one of the best I've seen in the series. Jumping into hunts together, setting up ambushes, and using the environment to our advantage feels so rewarding. But what I love most, the spontaneity. One minute you're fighting a monster, and the next, a completely different monster crashes the party, and suddenly it's chaos. Those moments are what make this game so addictive. But that's not it. The freedom to roam vast landscapes, track down ferocious beasts, and share the thrill with friends makes this one of the most immersive experiences in the series. Whether if I'm grinding for golden crowns, tackling high stake hunts, or just kicking back with a casual fishing trip, this game delivers on all fronts. But as much as I love this game, we gotta talk about the biggest issue: PC optimization. This game is absolutely beautiful, but at what cost? When I first started playing, I was getting a smooth 60 frames per second on high settings. Now, after 80 plus hours in late game, I'm lucky to get 30 to 40 frames per second consistently. And at its worst, it dropped down to 8 frames per second. 8 FPS in a game where timing your dodges and landing precise hits is everything, that is brutal. And I know I'm not alone. Tons of players have been struggling to even run the game properly. And while I do believe Capcom will release patches to fix this, it does not excuse the fact that this should not have been an issue at launch. I feel for the players who literally couldn't even play because of this. You paid for a game that's supposed to be an amazing experience, and instead, you're fighting the frame rate more than the monsters. Now that is rough. Now, let's shift gears and talk about the story. Because, man, this one really hit me. And yeah, I gotta say something. Y'all need to stop hating on my boy Nata. I get that not everyone loved his character, but honestly, I thought his progression was one of the best parts of the game. Unlike the hunters, Nata comes from a secluded underground civilization, completely unaware of the larger world. And I think people fail to understand that Nata was out there alone for years. He was searching for a way to save his people, believing they were already doomed. But instead of running, he fought to find hope. As he learns about the hunters and their way of life, he struggles to understand their choices. To him, Arkveld's destruction was not mindless, it was a choice. Just like the hunters choose to slay monsters, Arkveld chose to destroy. And when we finally take Arkveld down, Nata gets it. He sees the bigger picture. Every choice has consequences. The ancients chose to create the guardians, and their consequence? was extinction. Arkfeld chose destruction, and its consequence was us, the hunters. And then Nata makes his final choice. He joins the Hunters Guild. Chills. My boy looked clean in that uniform. But what makes him truly special is his role as the bridge between hunters and the tribal people. You even trade with him across different villages. It's such a cool detail. And speaking of story, let's talk about the lore. Because holy shit, the keepers, the ancients, the ruined cities, the game goes deeper than any Monster Hunter game before it. The first time I hit the Ice Shard cliffs and saw concrete and rebar sticking out of the ice, my mind stopped. Are we in an ancient city? Then later, in Suja, you see skyscrapers in the distance, massive ruined buildings from a forgotten civilization. I've always wanted Monster Hunter to dive deeper into its past, and Wilds does exactly that. Who were the keepers? What really happened to the ancient ones? And are we just living in the ruins of a world that came before us? There's so much to uncover, and I am here for it. And let's not forget about the cutscenes, because almost every cutscene, our characters are straight aura farming. And it is one of the coolest parts about the game, seeing your character be an absolute badass.
By my own order. I will slay Zoshia.
And even after finishing the story, there's still so much to do. Achievement hunting, farming jewels, crafting the perfect Ardean weapon. It has consumed my life. But you know what? I'm not mad about it. So, yeah, Monster Hunter Wilds, absolutely incredible. Even with the performance issues, this game has delivered one of the best Monster Hunter experiences I've ever had, and I'm only just getting started. I've got tons of videos planned, guides, gameplay, deep dives into the lore, you name it. So if that sounds like something you'd be into, hit that subscribe button and join me for some more epic hunts. A massive thank you to everyone who's already subscribed. You guys are legends. Happy hunting, and I'll see you in the next one.